Do you have a narcissist or toxic person in your life? What drives the narcissist to lie and do things that hurt you and others who they are supposed to love and care for? And how do you deal with them? In a previous video, I gave you some insights on recognizing the toxic personality or narcissist so that you would be able to recognize them and keep them out of your company or life. In this video, I discussed 3 options that you have if you are in a relationship with a narcissist. Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Jason. Thanks for joining from Good to Great Academy. For those who didn't hear the previous video, the narcissistic personality type has a need or tendency to bring you down, and they don't want you to succeed because of 2 beliefs that they have that work against one another. The other thing is not to get the narcissist confused with a person who has a problem with their ego or with pride. The narcissist is in a different class. Although it is possible for people who have a problem with their ego or pride to become a narcissist if something traumatic happens to them. In most cases, you have 3 options. If you find yourself in this type of toxic relationship, it is to submit, to leave, or to fight. The first option is to submit to the situation and toxic relationship. Some people choose to do this because they don't have the strength or willpower to change their situation. This means that every time the narcissist decides that they don't like who you are, you have to submit and change. And they will always find something about you that they don't like. They want you to feel hurt, and they will let you know that there are people in this world that they think are better than you. They do this because it makes them feel good about themselves, believing that you are flawed and they aren't. They notice all your flaws and disregard your good points because of their egos, and they don't want to feel bad about themselves. The situation will continue to escalate or get worse until you or they decide to leave the relationship. Your second option is to leave the relationship. This is typically recommended by those who study these types of relationships because they don't see any hope for the narcissist to change. This is probably the best thing you can do for your emotional health if you are in a narcissistic relationship. It would be very difficult for you to succeed in life or be happy if you continue to nurture this relationship. It will take a lot of your time, effort, and resources, besides the emotional, physical, and financial drain on you. And if you don't want to lose those precious years of your life in trying to maintain the relationship, it is usually recommended that you leave or cut off the relationship. Option 3 is to stay and fight. I don't mean physically fight, but you will have to defend yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, even physically at times. If you do choose this option, be forewarned that it will take a great amount of time, effort, and love to do this. I know that sometimes the first 2 options are not options because of the type of relationship that you have with the narcissist. There are situations in which you just can't leave or avoid this relationship. It could be that the person is a part of your family, a spouse, parent, or child. It could be at your place of employment where you don't have control over the relationship, a coworker, or a person above you like an executive or manager. Knowing that you are in a relationship with a narcissist and that they will try to hurt you emotionally, financially, and spiritually if they can, what are your options? I'll discuss this in another video. And before I close, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that I would explain 2 opposing beliefs that the narcissist has, which I believe are the root causes of the narcissist's behavior. This is based mainly on my personal observations. I believe that the main underlying cause is this: the narcissist has gone through some kind of trauma as a child or even in the womb, and the personality that is created continues to remain hurt and could deteriorate over time. I believe that they can get worse even when you try to love and care for them more because they are trying to prove to themselves that they are not lovable or cannot be loved. For example, if they crash the car and you say it's okay as long as you're fine, the car doesn't matter. They will think that you're lying to them and that something is wrong with you. So in order to test their theory, they'll try to hurt you by destroying something that they know is valuable to you. So if you have a pet, say a dog, that they know you love and care about, they will allow it to be lost while it is in their care to see how you will react. Again, if you say, oh, it's okay, hopefully a good person found him and he is taken care of, that's all that matters. Then again, they still won't believe that you trusted them with something precious to you. They lost it and you still love them? This behavior will continue to escalate until they do something that is so terrible that devastates your life down to your soul. This is their aha moment where they can finally say, I knew he or she never loved me. I am unlovable, and this proves it. For some reason, they have a contentment and relief about it. I think that it is so hard for their belief system to accept that someone can truly love them because of the trauma, lack of love, and the words and feelings that were planted into their heart and soul at a very young age. On the other side, the other face that people see is this person being loving and caring, because they also so want to believe that they are lovable and have value. They'll care for someone else and show them how loving and caring they are, and they'll take their example from you or from past relationships that they destroyed or ran from. I think it's because they were never raised to understand true or absolute love from a parent or guardian when they were a child. So their only example of love comes from others or you and how you love them. If you did things for them, loved them, was kind and attentive to them, gave them lots of hugs and kisses and said you loved them, they will do the same for someone else. Even in intimacy, they'll give the person the same intimacy that you gave them. They want to show the new person that they can love like you. And they can't do this for you because it will destroy their two-faced image. They're trying to prove that they are unlovable, and yet they still want to know that they are valued by others by devaluing you. The underlying principle is their belief system. It won't let them believe that they can be loved, and yet a part of their persona craves or deeply desires being valued. We all do. That is why they constantly need this thing called narcissistic supply, a constant boost to their ego. And if you can't understand why, because they have little or no reasoning capabilities at this point, it will never make sense to you. So don't try to reason or think logically about why they do the things they do. You can't reason with them because of two things. They're emotionally a 3-year-old child, and you're dealing with a spiritual problem. This is Jason. Thank you for joining from Good to Great Academy. Get more tips on moving from good to great and unleash your soul for peak performance. Hit the like button and subscribe. See you on my next video.